Welcome back to T3. I'm your host, Mr. U. We are in mock draft season, and it is a ride so far, for sure. We got several mock drafts already out there on our YouTube channel at They Call Me Mr. U. Please go out there, hit us with your draft grades, and of course, please subscribe to the show. Helps us bring out more great content to give you guys, so please help us continue on this incredible journey so far. Thank you for joining us and for supporting us. We are doing the Miami Dolphins today. I have probably about a dozen friends that love the Miami Dolphins. I've heard from some of them already about what they want. I'm going to try not to lean to public pressure and try to find the best options for these guys. So bear with me. We're picking the Miami Dolphins. They got 10 picks out here. We're probably going to pick 3 or 4 of those, depending on how it falls. If we find a good trade, I'll do that. They have several needs out here. I mean, guard, safety, and cornerback are the ones that you might see listed. But they need some interior O-line help. You got to protect Tua. Tua can't keep taking beatings. He's been through enough precarious medical situations already. You got to, if he's going to keep on playing, which it seems like he is, you got to protect him and keep him upright. I got concerned about tight end as well, and even wide receiver. I think they could use some help there. So if I find somebody who's a good find on the offense, a lot of my friends want defense only. I'm going to try to do what I can to help you. Leverage the rest of your picks and your supplementals coming up later on in the draft. And, of course, free agency and any undrafted guys that come through, they'll fill their roster. They'll get some stuff straight and get down to their starting rosters for the season. But for now, I'm trying to find the best picks, best available for what's this team's in need of. So I will be looking at defense, but see some offensive help. I'm going to take it. Let's go ahead and see where we land today. This is exciting. Pretty fun stuff. You're right. So the Miami Dolphins. All right, let's see what comes up for us today. All right. It's like playing the lotto over here. All right. So for the 13th pick, and the offer here is to give them the 13th, and we say the 14th and the 80th. Because we're going into 4 rounds, I think this is a good idea. I'm going to take this deal. This deal I am not going to take. This one has merit. I'm going to take this one too. I'm going to try to help Miami out today. Okay, now we're getting ridiculous. We're not doing that. Okay, we're going to pass on all those things. All right, so we're at a place now where we've fallen a little bit lower than what we planned. I personally see a guy that I think the Miami Dolphins would love, but they may not have a need for him at this time. So I'm going to take a look at their depth chart and see if I agree with that assessment before we move forward. All right, so at linebacker, they got Anthony Walker Jr., Jordan Brooks. These are guys are probably not going to be in need of replacing. We'll go ahead and keep the train moving then. We're going to take Membu here. Membu. All right. Now, I like him for a few different reasons, but the bottom line is that, and I lost all my notes, but the bottom line is that he's a stud at tackle, and he should be on the left side. That's going to help out Tua a lot. Hold on one second, because I want to give you some notes that I have for this guy. Funny how it just disappeared. I love it. If you can see my desk right now, it would blow your mind. But that's draft season for you. But looks like he's probably going to be more of a right tackle guy. I think he can play on the left side. I mean, he's an explosive player. He definitely knows how to work his hands. And honestly, they could use help on both sides of that line, to be honest with you. He's good against the run. Fantastic ground game. He is able to manhandle the opposing defensive tackles. I like him there. He has that kind of power to knock you out of your shoes. And honestly, all the Missouri opponents, they saw this in Membu. I think that the Miami Dolphins and Coach McDaniel would love this guy. So we're going to get Membu to kind of help these guys out. Going to keep on looking for some more help for these guys. All right, we know they need help at safety for sure. Xavier Watts. It's really hard to pass up a talent like this. I mean, this guy was supposed to be the ball hawk for sure. Notre Dame wouldn't have been in the national championship if it wasn't for this guy. And you got Jordan Poyer and Javon Holland here. I am going to go ahead and take Xavier Watt. This is the kind of talent you can pass up. I mean, he is great in the middle of the field. He can contend against most tight ends. He's a big body. I like him. So we're gonna go ahead and take him here. No, we're gonna pass on that one. Let's see how we can continue to help. Okay, this is a guy that I definitely have some thoughts about before I go ahead and drop those. Part of me for digging through my paper, but it is what it is. But I love this. This is one of the most fun times of the year. All right, so this guy, I know that they need help on the defensive line for sure. Deon Walker, man, I don't think we can pass this guy up. I mean, this guy is 6'7", 340 pounds. I mean, he doesn't always use his body to his best advantage, but I think that's coaching more than anything. 20-year-old, pretty young kid. I mean, he has some decent leverage. It's not great, but I like him here, especially with a third-round pick. He has the size you want. He has the kind of flexibility and explosiveness that you want. I think that he's the kind of guy that would be a good staple for your team. I think he could potentially be a starter this season. Maybe not day one, but he could be a starter this season. I think he'll challenge, current guys at DL for the Dolphins for a starting position. I think he had that kind of ability. I mean, the guys there aren't bad. I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about Benito Jones and Matt Dickinson, but I think these guys it's right for a challenge. I think Deon Walker will bring that to the table. So we'll see if we at a place where we have maybe one more pick. Ooh, I like this guy too, but we don't need him. All right. So we're going to look at how we can help out on this offense. I think we like Mason Taylor here. Big body. They could use help at tight end as well, because I doubt very highly that they're going to be trusting Jonnu Smith for the remainder of the season. He's been injured before. He kind of goes in and out. There's been some times where he's on the field and has some lapses. So I think that as much help as you can get to keep him upright, get the ball out of his hand quickly, and get into somebody who make plays, I think Mason Taylor is your guy. So definitely like that. Because we have more picks out here. I thought we had, okay, we're doing good here. We're doing good. Now, look, I'm getting excited now about this offense. I know my friends are like, defense. I'm like, I hear you. But look at these guys. Look at these names out here. It's kind of hard to avoid these guys. But I think we do need some help. And so we're going to go ahead and try to help these guys out in regards to their defense. I like him here, though. So this guy, Braden Swinson. I think he's the guy we're going to go ahead and take here. We already got a safety. We already got a tight end. We need another one. This guy, he's mean. I mean, 8.5 sacks last year. I mean, he is 6'4", 250, almost about the same size as Derrick Henry from the Baltimore Ravens. So look at that with perspective. I think he's the kind of guy that is going to round out this defensive line. They need air rush as much as possible. The defense underproduced for the past few years. We talked about it ad nauseum on all the shows that we were on, and the Dolphins defense was constantly coming up in conversation over and over and over again. I think that Swinson is going to solve some problems for this team, so we're going to definitely roll with this. I like how it's going. We're in a peculiar spot here because we have more picks than I thought, but I can't believe that this guy is sitting here. This is amazing. But I know my guys are going to be like, don't do it. I got to help you out, man. Cameron Scatterbo. This guy is a bowling ball. I mean, he's a stud. I mean, he is basically knocking guys over. I mean, he's the kind of guy you want to have back there. And right now, Devon Achane is the running back one. But honestly, there's room for him to be pushed. If you have kind of what we had with the Giants back in the day with the Thunder and Lightning, if you have that kind of impact, which I think if the Dolphins take him here, which we just did, that Thunder Lightning combo is exactly what you need to kind of offset opposing defenses. I think Scatterbo is a dream in this spot. So most definitely I like it here. What I want to do here is kind of go off the grid a little bit and see. Let's see what we have so far. So we got Membo, Watson. We got more picks than I thought. Walker, Taylor, Swinson, and we got Scatterbo. So we got one more pick left. I want to see if I can try to help out my guys on defense. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. I think we're looking at. I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea either. You guys are probably reading my mind right now. Jalen Ramsey, we're going to have to look at potentially trying to get somebody behind him. We're going Jabbar Muhammad here. We're going to go ahead and get him some help. I think that this is the kind of move that I think that Matt McDonald can use a guy like this. Big body. At 5'10", 185. I mean, he's smaller than I am, but he's a ball hawk. I mean, he showed up with Oregon. I think that his name wasn't mentioned a lot on the defense, but he was definitely very, very present. Ball hawk mentality. Loves to hit, have the eye for the ball. I think he did a lot of good things in regards to solid tackling, especially in that last loss against Ohio State. I think he's a help for this team. Let me know what you guys think about this draft. I got more picks than what I expected, but the Dolphins are looking good. I think they got a lot of help where they need it. Now they got to use free agency and leverage the undrafted free agents. I think this is going to be a good thing. So let me know what you think about this draft. Love to hear back from you guys.